Got a very special guest for you today. We are delighted to welcome a player who's had one of the more interesting career paths that you're ever likely to see.
Yeah, definitely. From Melbourne to Glasgow to Hull and now to St Pauli over in Hamburg. He also captains Australia. A very good morning to Jackson Irvine, who joins us on the show. Our absolute pleasure to have you with us. Firstly...
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Look, you had to miss Australia's most recent friendlies with an injury. Just want to know how that's progressing.
Yeah, all good. I've been back in at the club this week and running again. It's always unfortunate to pick up a niggle on the last game of the season after a long year, but yeah, unfortunately missed that rematch against Argentina. But yeah, I'll be fit and ready to go for the start of the season.
Well, annoying to miss Argentina, obviously, but probably quite good timing because you can watch the Ashes a little bit closer. Have you been watching it? Have you been enjoying it?
I've been following it a bit, yeah, and obviously epic finale set up for today, so obviously I'm hoping the Aussies can put in an unbelievable day 5 and pull off a win today.
Yeah, we hope unbelievably bad and England pull off a win, but still, you know, as long as you enjoy it.
It's a bit early for all this into the interview, isn't it? No, look.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
One of your former coaches, we have to talk about this, has got a pretty big job recently. Ange Postecoglou, you always felt that he deserved a chance at a big European club, is that right?
Yeah, it was. I was fortunate enough to work with him for a number of years with the national team, and I think most of the players will have said even at that time that he was destined to manage at the very top. You know, even before he got the Celtic job, I think seeing his success in Japan and the way he conducts himself, it's no surprise to anybody, especially in Australia, that he's achieved what he has, and he has such a unique way of making players, fans, people at a football club buy into a philosophy, and I'm so excited to see what he can do at the highest level now. Yeah,
we only ever seem to hear good things about him. And ahead of him getting the job, a clip showing his man management, which you've just talked about, went viral, and you featured in it. We can have a look at it now.
You think about the person in your life, as I've always said to you, it could be your mum, could be your dad, could be your brother, sister, uncle, grandfather, partner, friend, coach. Somebody in your life that when you started, believed in you more than anyone else.
Well done, Fred!
That when you said, I want to play football and you were passionate about it, they're the ones that made the sacrifices. They're the ones that pushed you. That when people said to you, you're not good enough, they're the ones that picked you up and said, no, you keep going.
Oh, bad luck. Come on, Jack. Oh.
Think about that person. Think about how that person's going to feel when we win tonight.
Fantastic listening to that. Actually, the first time that I've seen that. But when you're listening to him do that the first time, how did that kind of boost you into wanting to play for him even more?
Yeah, just as I said before, he has such a unique way of making you buy into what it was he wanted obviously as a football team, but more as people as well, and the kind of atmosphere and culture it created around the group. And you know, we've always had that strong connection as a national team, but you know, he definitely brought out something different with the way he puts things across. He's obviously so eloquent and so emotive in the way he speaks, and you know, obviously seeing clips like that and tapping into that emotional connection you have to playing football. And we always used to laugh because he used to do those speeches actually before the pre-match meal. So we all used to go in to have a bowl of pasta, like as pumped as you could ever imagine. So yeah, it's like we always thought, well, maybe we should do it right before kickoff and see what happens. But it was, yeah, as you say, moments like that, they resonate so vividly with players.
Oh, I absolutely love that. In terms of football style, what sort of football can Tottenham fans expect under him?
Front foot, aggressive. You know, I'm not sure a lot of Celtic fans will be familiar with his phrases of no backward steps, so only forward. Everything's positive. You know, he encourages to play high tempo, aggressive, high pressing football. It's as someone who spent years at Celtic, I've continued to follow them over the years and watch them closely, of course, with the Ange and Harry Kewell connection, and of course with Aaron Moy there as well. So you know, it's an exciting brand of football, and I think, as you say, if the players and everybody buys into exactly what he wants, then you know, the success will come.
Well, let's talk about Celtic then, because they've replaced him with their former manager, Brendan Rodgers. What do you make of that appointment?
I think it's a great appointment. I think it's, you know, another man with an emotional connection to the club, which I think is so important at a club like that. I think you need to really understand the fans in the city, and I know there was a bit of controversy around the way he left to go to Leicester, but there's no doubt that Celtic are getting a top coach who's capable of doing it at the highest level, and I think the big challenge for him now will be obviously maintaining the dominance in the league and trying to then push those performances into Champions League success and seeing the club, in those knockout stages where they've been in the past.
Now, earlier this year, you joined FIFPro's Global Player Council, joining the likes of Lucy Bronze, Giorgio Chiellini. Tell us a bit more about what the council is for those who don't know, and also what you're hoping to achieve by being part of it.
So for myself, I've been fortunate enough to be on the executive of our PFA in Australia, and it's a role that allows players to take obviously a more active role in engaging with anything football related in the country and taking being more positive in what we can do. And after the World Cup, I was obviously, a lot of people probably aware of that. Our national team was very clear and made our position very clear on certain issues going into the World Cup. And through that, I was asked to be a part of the FIFPro Global Players Union, which is a role which again sees active players being able to engage directly with our unions and with negotiations that come directly with FIFA and take a more direct role in shaping the way we see the game and how we would like to see the game move forward. And I think it's an amazing honor to be asked to be a part of it, especially with the likes of the high profile players that have such powerful voices in the game already. And for myself, it's something I want to continue to engage with more and keep trying to, as you say, shape the game in a positive way moving forward.
No, it sounds brilliant. Something great to be involved with. And on your own personal future, I mean, much of your professional career has been spent in England and Scotland and now out in Germany as well. Mm-hmm. You've only just turned 30, so plenty of years left. What else do you want to achieve in terms of where you play your football?
For now, my full focus is here at Destined St Pauli, and we've had the last 2 seasons very close. Come very close to those promotion positions to push ourselves into the Bundesliga. And, for me, I'm fortunate enough to be the captain here at this, pretty special club. I'm sure anyone who's aware of this football club knows probably a lot more about it off the field than what we do on the field. But, for us, we want to get ourselves into those promotion positions and try and, compete at the top level. And, internationally, after our most successful ever campaign with Australia at the World Cup, I'm seeing myself very clearly wanting to push forward again for the next 4 years. We've got the Asian Cup, our confederation competition in January, and set of qualifiers coming in September too, and an exciting game at Wembley against England in October as well. So there's a lot of good stuff happening in the next few months, and I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, exciting times ahead. Right, finally, Jackson, we want to play one of our favourite interactions between 2 international players. One of them happens to be you.
You played in Australia, huh?
Mm-hmm. Australia, yeah.
I know.
Yeah?
I see you.
Wow.
I see you.
That's it. Ciao, gracias.
He was I was like, no.
Oh, it's just the best. I absolutely
Me
love
too.
that. Just tell us, what was that like, meeting Casemiro like that?
Yeah, obviously I've been fortunate enough to, at international level, play against, some of the most high-profile players and players of world-class status. But, a 5-time Champions League winner who is also familiar with your game is something I probably never really expected. And, as you say, I've been fortunate enough to play at the highest level, but it doesn't stop you from occasionally being starstruck by players as well. So, yeah, just very fortunate to have that kind of interaction with a player of his caliber, and a very humble guy, and he didn't really need to go out of his way to kind of have that. But yeah, anyway, it was I'm glad you went a bit viral, and Yeah, as I say, it was a nice memory to have, that's for sure.
Yeah, it went viral because it was just a brilliant reaction from
Yeah.
you. Oh, Jackson, it's been such a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks so much for joining us, and wish you the best of luck with all the rehab and with Australia going forward.
No worries at all. Thanks for having me.